So the Shabbos of Avi'S Bar Mitzvah was the Shabbos Project, which happens once a year. It was started by the chief rabbi of South Africa. And in our particular shul, there were 3 synagogues that gathered together. We didn't pick it for that reason, but when Avi went up to make a speech, it was full. There were hundreds of people here. He did a beautiful job. And we tried to recreate a little bit so that those of you who couldn't be here with us on that special day at least got a sense of the things that he said and the big heart that he has and the beautiful job that he did. So we hope that you enjoy.
Good Shabbos, everyone! Actually, I'm Spartak, so I'm supposed to say Shabbat Shalom! First, I'd like to thank my parents for inviting so many people they don't even know to shul tonight, just to hear me speak. What they wouldn't do to boost my ego. What a crowd! But seriously, my name is Avi'S. This Shabbat, I'm celebrating my bar mitzvah, and I'm really excited to be here. Tonight, there are 3 synagogues gathering together for the Shabbos Project, and I'm very honored that I am being allowed to speak, especially to be able to stand up here with the inspirational Torah teacher and screenwriter, Mr. David Sachs. Also, I'm especially grateful to have my family here with me. I love you. I'd like to tell you a little about myself. And more importantly, I'd like to share with you how incredible the Torah is. When I was in about 2nd or 3rd grade, I became the kid in my school. Almost everyone in my class said, "He's such a nerd," or "He's so bad at basketball, there's no way we can let him play with us," or "We'll for sure lose." Funny and sad, but true. A lot of the times, I would always be alone at recess. I felt small. Oh wait, I was small. In fact, I think I'm still small now. But being small in size is okay. The problem was, at the time, I felt small on the inside. Sometimes, I felt like I was invisible to other people. Like maybe I didn't matter to them. I wanted to have friends so badly, and I wanted to feel important to them. I felt like I could be a good friend, that I could be kind and loyal to them, that I could even make good jokes. But did anyone see that when they looked at me? I wondered, other than my family, was there anyone who looked at me and saw something good, or even something great? As we know, the Torah is filled with much wisdom. It is called Torat Chaim, a living guide, and that is what it is for me. To prepare for this speech, I was reading Rabbi Zug Pliskin's book, Grow Through Torah, which my mom makes me read every single week in our house. I'm not kidding, every single week. Actually, I ended up being very grateful that she does that. Because when I was looking at what Rabbi Zug Pliskin wrote about this week's Parsha, I found something that I just really felt like I had to share. In this week's Torah portion is called Lech Lecha. It is the incredible story of our patriarch Avram and his wife, our matriarch Sarah. They were the exceptional individuals who taught the world about God, and their descendants included many different types of people, including the Jewish people. At this point in the story, they were very old and had no children. So they were worried. Who would carry on the job of teaching people about God if they had no children? Well, Hashem tells Abraham that they do not need to worry. I will now read and translate those lines from the Torah. This is from Sefer Bereshit, Perek Tet Vav, Pasuk Hey. You will see exactly how it relates to my life. Vayetze oto achutza, and Hashem took Avram outside. Vayomer, and Hashem said, Habet na hashamayma, look up please at the heavens. Usfor kochavim, and count the stars. Im tucha lisporotam, if you can count them. Vayomer lo, and Hashem said to him, Ko yiyeh zaracha, so too will be your descendants. Hashem was telling Avram that he didn't have to worry about who would carry on your work of educating people about Hashem. He told Avram, look at the stars in the sky. You have so many descendants that it will be impossible to count them, just like it is impossible to count the stars. Your descendants will continue to educate the world about Hashem. That must have been very reassuring to Avram and Sarah. But there's much more to this idea, and that's what it is that I want to share with you about. The Baal Shem Tov, who lived in the 1700s, explained that the descendants of Avram and Sarah are not only going to be as numerous as the stars, they're going to be like the stars. All of us here today are those descendants. What does that mean for each of us to be like the stars? Well, let's think about it. Even if we aren't scientists, we know that we see stars from very far away. From that far of a distance, the stars appear to be just tiny little specks. But in reality, if we came closer to a star, we would see that each star is gigantic. The Baal Shem Tov says that in this world, many people appear to us that they're small, like they're just tiny little specks. But in reality, the person is bigger and more important than they can imagine. The person has greatness, and we just don't see it. Rabbi Zog Pliskin says in his book that when we look at another person, we have to realize that this person is a star. He or she might seem small to you or me. Maybe people might seem like they haven't accomplished very much, whether they're kids or adults. And so we just walk right by and think of them as being small. But what do we really know about that person? What do we know about the kindness they've done or the things they've struggled with? What do we know about the secret greatness they have and all that they really could accomplish? Rabbi Pliskin says that we have to gain an awareness of the great potential in each person. We have to view each person as an entire world, as, quote, an enormous being in the cosmos. We have to view ourselves that way, and we have to view other people in that way. Do you know what happens when we do that? Then we behave towards other people and towards ourselves with much more kindness and respect. Not because any of us are popular, good at basketball, or get good grades. Just because we're here. Just because we each deserve that interest, kindness, and respect. You might look at me and say, now back in 2nd or 3rd grade, what was the matter with those classmates of his? They should have been nicer to him and just let him play basketball at recess. Didn't they see how much he wanted friends? Didn't they see how nice he is? Didn't they see that he'd be making a stellar bar mitzvah speech one day? Thank you. But seriously, it's easy to see because I'm putting the story right in front of your face. But what about the people you see in your own life who really don't seem so great to you? What about those people you write off? Well, those people are like me. They have greatness inside, just like I do. Kids my own age didn't see it in me. Sometimes I don't even see it in me either, and I don't blame them. And sometimes I'm the one who's passing by someone else. We all do that. But it's wrong, and it's mean. It's being blind. We're missing the truth about people, because people do have greatness inside of them. When we show other people respect like this, then we aren't just seeing the truth about them. It gets better, because something even more amazing happens. When we see the greatness in other people, then other people see the greatness in themselves. When we treat someone with the proper kindness, then that can give the person the encouragement and confidence that he or she needs to live up to that greatness that they have inside them. In closing, I'd like to add one last idea. It's not our fault that we don't see how huge the stars are. Our eyes aren't strong enough, and we are physically just too far away that we can understand. But I was thinking, maybe we don't see people's greatness for the same reason, just because we are too far away from them. Maybe we're not physically far away from other people. Maybe we're actually standing right next to them at recess, or work, or at home. But if we don't see people's greatness, then maybe we're just too far away from them on the inside. I could be on the playground with kids all around me, and I could still appear like a tiny nothing of a speck to them, because on the inside, they put themselves a million miles away from me. But that speck is not who I really am. The Torah is teaching me, and all of us, that we are actually humongous, shining stars. And we have to get closer to each other in order to see that. Tonight, we are 3 synagogues united. I wanted to share this idea because I was hoping that maybe if there is one person out here tonight who feels small like I did, I could teach him or her what the Torah says. So if you're that person, remember, the Torah tells you that you are gigantic, like a star. Please remind yourself that you are a shining star, and remember to help other people realize that they are shining stars also. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom!